All right, my friends, so we're diving deeper into the passive attraction concept of the natural no-game game. And in this video, we're talking about attaining passive attractions through others. So after watching this and obviously also doing the call to action, you'll be able to let the venue work for you, the club work for you, the bar work for you, the laundry work for you, and let others give you social proof automatically without you even knowing them. It's a great tool to actually also get to know people and, to get a bigger friend circle and, cooler wingman and bringing people into your life, if you will. So it's definitely a good concept. Not even talking about the concept that gets you better girls, right? So let's crack right into it. Now, it is a part of passive attraction, and let's kind of recap what we said in the video before, where we said your two best wingmen are time and the venue. Remember what we said about time? Your two best wingmen are time and the venue. You have the staying in set, you have the fuck faith frame, you have the reapproaching. That is all time that is playing in your favor. Now, the venue is also beautiful because, and this is super key, when you approach a girl, as fucked up as that sounds, and it's obviously overgeneralization here, but it's so close to the truth. When you approach a girl, she automatically, by default, thinks that you are weird, drunk, creepy, beta male. This is not your fault, it's not their fault, it's everybody else's fault, if you will. Those are the only kind of guys that approach women, okay? Weird, drunk, creep, beta males. There's barely ever cool guys. There's such a scarcity in cool guys. Remember what we said about in the hot girl reality video? There is just such an abundance of fucking options, of bad, boring options for the girl, and such an scarcity in good options and being a cool guy. So you gotta realize that is her default thoughts. Now, natural game and the concepts we've been talking about here, those will help you those will help you display proof otherwise. Let's go through it. He approaches with eye contact and good, nice, loud enough voice. Well, let's talk about that in the body language video and the verbal game video. That means he can't be weird. He's also able to speak coherent sentences. Yeah, I guess that is a thing. Like, seriously, that is seriously a thing. That means, he can't be drunk. He's also able to calibrate. He understands when we're a little freaked out. He throws in a statement of empathy, or when he's becoming physical, he also knows how to calibrate there. That means he can't be a creep. And then he reapproaches. That means he can't be a beta male. He doesn't try hard impress me. He can't be a beta male. He doesn't try to impress me in a very try-hard manner. He can't be a beta male. He stays in set. He can't be a beta male. He has social proof. Other people are chatting with him. That means he can't be a beta male. Let's talk about the we frame here as well. It's again so fucking key. I mentioned it so many times. That is the underlying framework of a natural. A natural never comes from the frame of taking anything, invading the party that others on, or even paying them back and fucking all these chicks so all the people that rejected him finally know. No, he doesn't come from that frame. A true natural feels so good in his own skin, on his journey, with his life, because he's on his path, and that's one of the things that makes you happier than anything else. He feels so good, so much love that it's just pouring out of him, and that he wants to share it in the best possible way. And if he doesn't feel good about himself, he has a bad day. We all have bad days, which is, by the way, very, very rare. He's at least fully okay with that. There's no resistance in that. It's like, okay, I'm feeling shitty right now. That's cool. Remember, girls don't like the perfect guy. They like the guy who's perfectly fine with himself. And he gives himself the chance to feel better. He's like, okay, I'm feeling like shit. That's cool, but I give myself the chance to feel better, to leave behind my gray everyday life. The worst scenario, you're just feeling like shit, you're feeling stressed out and whatever. That's cool. Leave it at home. Give yourself the chance to feel better. Fully commit to whatever you're feeling. And realize, okay, we're here in the club, in the lounge, or on the street. We're all here to try to come by, right? Try to make it in this world and not die. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to leave our gray everyday lives at home. And remember, he also realizes that everybody here is his friend. Nobody here is doing him any harm, and that it's totally okay to talk to people. Remember in the chapter Approach Anxiety that we talked about, where we talked about that you want to prove yourself two things, that it's totally okay to approach and talk to people, and that nobody's going to do you any harm. So that is the we frame. That is of intrinsic importance when it comes to getting passive attraction through others. Now, let's talk specifically about letting the venue work for you. And this is something major key, especially in the long run. You probably live somewhere, you don't travel. So that's a good thing. If you go to the same venues every week, for example, when I lived in Vienna, I would always go to the same venue on Monday, same venue on Tuesday, same venue on Wednesday. So I had a venue for every day of the week. And I would visit those venues quite frequently. Now, here's the thing. The natural understands that the venue can have so much value for him when it comes to talking to girls, because if everybody in the venue knows him, social proof happening everywhere. And the thing is, it's easy. It's easy to attain that. Number one, go chat the bouncers up. Like, legit, you don't need to be like, hey, bro, what's up, blah, 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 and like asking for his life, story or whatever. No. Upon entering, you shake his hands, you greet them all, you say hi, you look them into their eyes, maybe even you remember their names. That would be the best thing ever. And also, upon exiting. Why is it important upon exiting? Because everybody tries to be nice to the bouncer when they get in, right? Like, oh, I hope you get in, so I'll be nice to the bouncer. No, nobody gives a fuck about the bouncers when they walk out, except for you. Ideally, you have a girl on your side, and even if not, with girl or without girl, upon exiting the club after a long night, thanks for the great party, guys. Shake their hands. A friend of mine brings them Red Bull every now and then. He's like, hey man, dude, you standing here all day? Red Bull, all the best. And that's it. And that will help you so much. It's crazy. Same spiel for coat check girls. Greet them, say hi, have a good time with them. They'll greet you back next time, maybe not. Next time, maybe not, but after a couple whiles, they remember your fucking face. You're always the nice, fun guy that greets them. Coat check girls, bartender. If there's a hot girl behind the bar, don't try to fuck her. Become her friend. She will help you with all the girls that she sees you talking to. Bartenders are very good with that. She might even introduce you to her hot friends and stuff like that. So be aware that the venue can be of great disadvantage if everybody hates you. You try to weasel yourself in, you come from that frame. But it can also be of great advantage for you if you're able to befriend everybody. And I said this is good in the long run. You can see results very quickly. I remember a couple of weeks ago, I was in Austin, Texas, and I had boot camp there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and just every day we went to the same club, or it was like some bar/lounge thing. Every day we went there, and I was always wearing the same t-shirt, but on the third day, the guy's like, oh, you again? Yeah, get in. I didn't even have to show my ID anymore. And the girl I was with, she's like, oh my God, that's so cool. How do you know them? I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Just because every time I walked in, I greeted the bouncer, said hi to him, shook his hand, and on the way out, I said goodbye. It's that easy. So let the venue work for you. And that also goes for the first half of the night. Remember the first half of the night? We talked about this very, very thoroughly in the how to get a one-night stand video. First half of the night, talk to girls and guys alike. Remember, do the first set that is there, attain social momentum, just always try to be in the flow of talking to people, and leave on a high note. Okay, if you have to leave, which you probably have to at some point, leave on a high note. Even if they reject you, even if they don't like you, like, oh yeah, it would be real nice if you could go away now, leave on a high note. Okay, totally respected, high five, you guys have a great night. Remember their names, or at least one thing about them. Anything, just the name or the fact that they're from New York or they go to the MIT or whatever, because later on, and this is so important, later on, when you see those people in the second half of the night, when you're ideally committing to a girl, you're standing there with a girl that you want to pull, those people run into you again. Eye contact, smile at them, they'll high five you back, they'll greet you back, they shake your hands. And even if they don't, you could theoretically merge them in. Like, oh, hey guys, come here. That's my new friend. Hey, whatever, Lisa, the girl you're talking to. These are my friends from New York, right? That's the only thing you know about them, but those are your friends from New York. And they remember your face. Like, yeah, how's it going? And they give you that social proof. It's crazy how many times I've been with a girl that I committed to in the second half of the night, and all these people coming up to me, or she at least saw that I know them, and she's like, I thought you travel. How do you know all these fucking people here? I didn't. But I knew them in that very night, and I let the venue work for me, and it just made things infinitely fucking easier because remember, oh, he has friends, he knows other people, that means he can't be creep, he can't be beta male, he must be a cool guy. So at that moment, when I talk to that girl in the second half of the night, I don't even do anything to spark attraction or some shit. I'm there, I let the venue do that for me. Passive attraction. Couple of words about trolling here as well, cut it out. Okay, now, trolling can be fun too, as long as everybody understands it, everybody has a good time. But if you invade the venue just to troll people all fucking day, trust me, I've been there, I've done it so many times myself. It's fun, it's really good for self-amusement, it can be, but in terms of letting the venue work for you, it's very, very bad because you just become this troll that makes fun of everybody instead of being nice, friendly, and respectful. So cut it out as much as possible. To be honest, you see some of that trolling also, though, in the self-amusement compilation. So again, it's funny, but try to cut it out as much as possible, especially if you have trouble getting that passive attraction from others. Let's talk about this thing called the hub. This is a very old school pickup notion, and this is actually cool. This is a cool tool or thing to do that creates the social proof very, very quickly in a very, very short amount of time. To illustrate that, let's take an example. Steve and Max. Okay, Steve and Max, two guys, they go to the club, and instead of saying, let's hit on this girl and then that girl and da-da-da-da, they say, okay, you know what? Let's create a hub. This will be our designated hub area. Both of us go separate ways, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Only rule, you gotta have at least 2 girls with you. Now, Steven goes away, Max goes away. Max goes, talks to 2 girls, has, vibes around for 10 minutes, brings them back. Steven is already there at the designated hub spot with his 2 girls. What are Max's 2 girls going to think? Oh, these Steven and the other 2 girls, those are Max's friends. He knows them already. What are Steven's 2 girls going to think? Oh, this is Steven's 3 friends, Max and his 2 female friends. So they know them already. So again, here, you're passively displaying, I can't be weird, I can't be creepy, can't be drunk, can't be a beta, because I'm here with girls already. Preferably hot girls. So they know he can't be weird because the girls are accepting them. As weird as that sounds, the girls are accepting them. Yeah, dude, so fucking what? Okay, it's a good way to display that you're not a weird guy. Because remember, again, by default, people are going to think that, especially girls. So, isn't that easy? And all of a sudden, you're not these single guy hitting on single girls. No, now you're 2 guys with 4 girls. This is your hub. Now you chat, you vibe, you have a good time, you see a hot girl, pull her in. What is that hot girl going to think? Oh, he can't be weird. He's already there with 4 girls. Okay, cool. And you just bring in more and more and more and more people. Can be guys too, but still try to not have too many guys, right? But just you pull in people. It's fucking crazy. It's amazing. Now the thing is here, I hear that many people saying I tried the hub, but then we're 10, 15 people. How do I entertain all of them? No, you don't fucking entertain them. You just, cross-introduce them to each other. Remember, just one fact about them. Oh, hey, by the way, those are my friends from, where are you guys from? Those are from New York, my friends from New York, right? Oh, hey, this is the girl. She does long distance running. Be this hub creator, right? This networker. And the purpose of the hub is to fall apart. So you don't have to keep them all entertained. No, the purpose of the hub is to fall apart. You can fall apart after 5 minutes, 15 minutes. It's no problem. What you're going to do is, though, you make sure that you stay with the hottest girls that you got to know while you're doing the hub. And the thing is, those hot girls will be much easier to hook because you have all this passive attraction. And all the people that have been in the hub and then, they start roaming around again, you see those guys again. In the second half of the night, when you want to commit to that one girl, those people are going to be there again because they remember you from the first half of the night or from whenever you did that hub. Isn't that beautiful? I want to say there is a hub footage of an entire hub plus pull in the hot seat, how do you say it? In the hot seat version, Max hot seat version of The Natural. You can watch it. It's really fucking good. And that is the hub. It's just so fucking easy, especially if you have a wingman, a group of wingmen. It's so powerful. You can turn the entire club into your friends. And then you will get, again, compliments or comments like, oh my God, how do you know everybody, blah, 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 blah. It's just getting passive attraction, passive attraction, passive attraction. A similar concept to that is the so-called girl bouncing. This is like a mini hub. What you do is instead of walking up straight to the 10 that might have a higher situational value than you, and she feels like, oh, I'm the shit, I wouldn't even talk to a random guy who came up to me. You know, you never know. You default and you go to easier hookable girls. I'm not even saying those got to be girls that are less attractive, but those are girls that have higher buying temperature, that are just very open. You know, that are partying around, that are having a good time. You go to that girl, have a good time vibe, be like, you're cool, let's meet my friends. Elbow move, walk up to the next girl, right? Ideally a hotter girl. Blah, 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 chit chat, take that hotter girl to the even hotter girls, and that girl, and then you just bounce yourself up to the hottest girls. What's the underlying communication? Oh, random guy approaching me, but oh, he can't be weird. He's with a girl already. Again, it will help you a lot with that initial firewall response. Girls will give you a lot less shit. Not that you need it by now. You know, you obviously know how to deal with it by now, my friend. But it's a good thing. It's an easy thing to do. And yeah. And I want to say now, call to action. Remember, this is a program that is based on practice, taking action. Do not just watch the fucking videos and be all like, yeah, I'm not ready yet. No, fucking call to action. That means for tonight, you're going to go out. And if it's a shitty day, do it tomorrow, but whatever the fuck, do it soon. Okay? You go out, you handshake with the bouncers. You chit-chat with the people who give you the stamps or whatever the fucking coachag or whatever it is. Befriend people in that venue, and if they don't like you, it's cool. Leave on a high note and just see where it happens. If you have a wingman, if you're with a wingman there, create a hub, and then of course post in the Facebook group, the Natural Facebook group. Let us know your experiences, let me know your experiences. I read that shit, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, man, the social chameleon perfect calibration. Now, after watching this video, you'll understand calibration in its most advanced natural game form. We've talked about calibration physically, when you're creeping the girl out, how to walk with, stuff like that. Super fucking good, but there's even deeper that we can go, which is what we're gonna do now. So after watching this video, you'll be able to calibrate even better, not only for you, not only for the girl, but the whole venue outside, and your game just becomes even more stealth, which is a fantastic thing to do. Obviously, as a side note, I can't just drop that mega calibration bomb on a newbie because it will shove him way too much in his head, which is why we've gone through that journey. I mean, I've said that so many times already, right? I'm dropping little nuggets that will get your calibration better and better and better until you're ready for it, because you've been through the call to actions. So far, you've learned everything through reference experiences, and now you're ready to do so. Now, the Natural is an expert, highly weird accent here. He's an expert in terms of awareness around him, in himself, and with the girl. He knows exactly if he's too much or not enough. He basically rides this awesome wave of being cooler than everybody else while simultaneously not being weird or too much. Right? Makes sense? And I have to say, calibration is something that is in general learned by doing, which is why I said do the call to actions and everything. Calibration is in general learned by doing, just like, you know, holding the balance on a slack line or something like that, you know, when you're like trying to balance. It's just learned by doing. However, there's obviously things that you can keep an eye open, which are the things I'm telling you here. And then slowly but steadily you start seeing the inputs that provide you with the right kind of information. So it's all about eyes open and know what to look for, and then you learn it even faster. It is still a matter of experience, but you learn it even faster through, you know, videos like this. Now, there's 3 stages of natural calibration, or 3 stages to natural calibration in that order. Number 1 is me. The calibration about me. Why is that so important? It's for congruence. And I say that so many times. So many of us men, this is like a men disease in the Western society or society in general. Like, we men, feelings not so good. We gotta be cold, you know, and all that. And if you're feeling too much, you're gay and all this shit. No. So we kind of deny our feelings, but with game, it's not a good thing to deny your feelings. You want to be able to know exactly how you're feeling, so you can be congruent. You can tap into that full congruence, because remember, girls don't like the perfect guy. They like the guy who's perfectly fine with himself. So you can never know how to be fine with yourself if you don't even know how you're feeling. Also, no more mask. So many guys like, I don't know, I've been feeling this weird, so I'm just gonna put on like, hey, like this fake smile shit. And this is usually when you get the instant blowouts. When the girl feels this guy's faking something, he's not perfectly fine with himself, he's a beta male, right? No more of that bullshit mask. You're feeling the way you're feeling, and that's just fine. Remember, whatever state I find myself in is just fine. So turn your attention inwards. I do this exercise a lot, and I'm asking myself, how am I feeling? I'm not saying good or bad, tired. No, I'm really trying to find like a proper adjective. Like, I'm feeling agitated. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling honored. I'm feeling, energetic. I'm feeling freaked out. I'm feeling pressured. Any of those things help you become congruent. And then you drop the mask, and you're like, you know what? It's me. Full on, fuck yeah, me. Why the hell not? Remember we talked about this earlier. Fuck yeah, me. Why the hell not? Feeds into the FFF. And the cool thing is, if you're able to calibrate to yourself, if you know how you're feeling, if you know who you are, this will be expressed in your body language. You're going to be a lot more chill. There's going to be a lot less resistance. And it's also for your eye contact. Remember, we can fake a lot, but we cannot fake realness. So if you're all like mask on and stuff like that, you'll automatically break eye contact a lot more, and you'll be weird and like jerky movements. So it will be reflected in your body language, especially in your eye contact. You'll have that magnetic eye contact that just draws girls in because you're perfectly fine with yourself. Now the second stage of chameleon calibration is the girl. We talked a lot about this. I mean, basically everything we talk about is just like how to calibrate with the girl. But for example, verbally, you're able to calibrate if she needs more spikes or if she needs more flatline talk, right? You find the balance between flatline talk and emotional spikes. More about this in the vibing video. Also, in terms of physicality, you should be able to perfectly calibrate if she's okay with that, aka I can do more physicality, or if she's tensing up, not okay with that, aka I should tone it the fuck back. Same with the balance between rapport and arousal, right? Am I becoming boring now? Maybe I should need a little bit more arousal, or am I lacking relatability? The girl can't trust me. I need to get more rapport in there. And also discovering her blueprint to see what the girl responds to super well and then hammering that in. We'll talk more about this in the blueprint video, so don't worry about it here. And the third step is so important when it comes to outside. Not just you and the girl. This is where where so many PUA dudes stop. They can calibrate pretty well when it comes to the girl and themselves, but not with the environment. This is the third and final stage of advanced social chameleon, natural game, if you will. The outside calibration, the environment, her friends, the bouncer that is looking, some white knight that is looking, the whole energy of the club. That is outside calibration. That's the final stage of calibration, and this will get you even better and even more stealth. Example number 1, number closing in front of her friends. I see that so many guys doing, right? The girl's there, she likes you, she's on, all the friends are there, and then he's like, you're cool, let's exchange numbers! And everybody's like, staring at them, right? It creates a high pressure situation for the girl, right? Because she doesn't want to come across as slutty, like, oh my god, I don't want to look like I'm giving my number away so easily. And also she will associate that high pressure with you. Remember, for girls, it's all about emotions. And the underlying communication is, he was cool so far, but now he's doing these things massively uncalibrated. This means he's not socially savvy. This means this is not happening to him a lot, which means he must be in scarcity, which means he is a beta male. So you're actually de-LVing yourself. You're demonstrating that you are of lower value because you don't understand the dynamics. Another example is a friend of mine that was in Miami. I remember one of my first nights of assisting Tyler back in the days. He had good game. He was, very good approach ethic. He was approaching, he was physical and everything. And then it was like in the lobby of the club, and this girl was into him. She's like, yay! And he's just like, yay! And he picks her up and spins her around, and she's like, oh no, wait, because she was like holding her glass, and she drops it on the floor, and makes this loud noise, and then the whole drink was spilled all over the floor of the lobby. And the bouncer saw that. It was, in fact, right in front of the bouncer's fucking nose. Now, the thing is, the guy didn't see that, right? So the guy wasn't aware of the surroundings. He might have calibrated enough for the girls, but not for the surroundings. Now, what did it look like for the bouncer? Like, oh, this guy's like molesting the girls, and she drops her glass. He got the fuck kicked out. He got kicked out, and the entire boot camp, plus me and Tyler, had to leave because this guy got kicked out because he didn't have that awareness of, maybe I shouldn't pick the girl up and spin her around right in front of the bouncer. And the thing is, the girl liked him, but once the bouncer came in, she was all like, silent. Why? Well, why the hell fucking not? She will never ever defend you. Girls don't do that. Girls are not courageous. Her entire social status is being at risk right now. If she would help the weird guys getting kicked out, she will get kicked out too. All her friends will think she's weird. Her entire night would be ruined. So he can never ever expect the girl to help you, even if there's a connection or whatever the fuck. She's probably not gonna do it, and that's cool too. And the most frequent example I see, it's horrible to see that, and I've been there myself. Got to say that, is friends. Friends come in, the guy's talking to the girl, everything good. She's focusing on the girl, and the friends come in, the hand comes in, and drag her away, and they're like, oh, well, why did it not work? Because he didn't see the friends standing there for like 2 minutes, even giving him signs that he should say hi to them, he should be nice, he should show respect, but he's not doing the fuck, and then they drag her away, and he's like, oh, I wonder why this happened, right? Be aware, be the social chameleon, be a little bit aware of your surroundings. And again, why am I telling you this now? Because if I tell it a newbie, he would freak the fuck out. He's like, what does the girl say? What do I do? And then what about the people around? You would just be constantly in your head. But at this point, my friend, you are so advanced in your calibration for the girl, it's almost automatic. In your calibration for yourself, you know that you don't need a mask, you've been cool enough. Now you can advance even more outside and get your awareness, even more vision, if you will, to the outside so you can calibrate even better. The 3 halves of the night, as a side note, are basically environmental calibrations, right? Environmental calibrations based on time, the 3 halves of the night. Remember, you don't want to pull the girl or be weird or escalate in the first half of the night. In the second half, you can. And in the third half, you're aware that people are, walking home, that's kind of weird, and you got to tone the game back again. That's the three halves of the night. The same with the venue itself. The venue itself is an environmental calibration based on location. Because, remember, for example, I see this many times when you're so in state or when you're new and you're very excited, you're creating a little bit of too much craziness around you. You're behaving like, wow, and you happen to be in a very, prestigious Sky Lounge bar or whatever. No, dude, you can't act all, high on your own state shit, because it will be weird. On the other hand, I remember how stuck up am I behaving. I remember me and my friend back in the days when we were all how's it called? Peacocking with suits and a chain, and I think I even had a hat or some shit, and we were all super stylish, We would fit in quite well into the prestigious Sky Lounge. But we were at a student party with 18-year-olds, and all they did was, when they're t-shirts and they're baggy pants, getting super drunk on vodka bottles and stuff like that. By the way, Austria, drinking age is 18, 16 also with lower levels of booze. But anyway, and we're all there you're the pickup artist arrived. And we didn't hook shit, because all the girls you see these two guys, those are weird. Who's wearing suits at a party like this, right? So you gotta be aware that the environment needs to be calibrated for as well. Now, this in and of itself will already result in passive attraction, just fitting in. He knows how to not make himself look like a fucking idiot. He knows how to not make me, as the girl, feel uncomfortable in front of my friends. Why? Remember, a girl always wants to rise in social status with the guy that she's with instead of sink in social status. So if she's being seen hanging out with a guy who's weird, who's a little too much for that chill lounge, she doesn't want to do it. If she's being seen with a guy who's too stuck up, all or I'm so much better than everybody, even though it's some sports dive bar or some shit, she's not gonna want to hang out with you, because her social status is one of the most important things in her life. Now, I hear the POAs now, and I admit it, I would think so too, and I thought so as well in the beginning. This whole like, but pickup is all about not caring what other people think about me. Oh, fuck the other people. Fuck them. But that's not what the natural thinks. Remember, it's the we frame. It's never me against other people. And I'm doing other people a favor to make it easier to talk to me. Now, sure, it's all about the inner values and I'm actually a cool guy, but people don't fucking know that if I dress up like a fucking idiot and if I behave like a fucking retard. People don't know that. So I put unnecessary pressure on themselves. And on top of that, I make it unnecessarily difficult for me. Sure, you go ahead and say, okay, I fuck other people, it's just me, I don't give a fuck. Sure, go ahead and do that. Or you make it easier for yourself. And last but not least, in terms of calibration, this is actually pretty cool. Fast approaching versus slow approaching. Remember, so far we said I move my feet faster than my brain can think. Approach the first set there is and all that. That is good, that is perfect. Those are perfect things that get you out of your head, right? But if you reach that state, or let's put it that way, when you reach that state, you don't need fast approaching anymore because to a degree, slow approaching is better. What do I mean? For example, a girl is walking from the bar to the dance floor, has all her 5 friends behind her, and you're like, see our girl approach, hey, what's up? And she's like, well, I'm going, get the fuck out. She can't just stop the whole convoy. Hey, everybody stop! Everybody stop, there's some guy that wants to talk to me. She's not gonna fucking do that. So if you take your time for 30 seconds to just be like, okay, she's probably walking from A to B, I'm gonna wait until she's there, and then I approach her. I'm gonna wait until she's at the bar and orders her a drink, then I'm gonna approach her. You can get yourself in a situation that is a lot easier for you. Again, otherwise you make it unnecessarily difficult for you, right? So you wait until there's a better moment. Now, very careful with that because that sounds very counterintuitive, right? Wait for the better moment. No, people say the moment is now, the perfect moment will never arrive. It's very, very true. But I'm not saying this in the beginning because when I say this to a newbie, he will never fucking approach. It will be the biggest excuse, like, oh, it's not the perfect moment yet. Oh, it's not the perfect moment yet. Oh, it's not the perfect moment yet. But when you're on a level where it's no problem for you to approach, where you don't have a problem with like tensing up and everything, where you can approach at any point at any time, might as well wait 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 seconds until the right time is there to approach. Makes sense? Now, warning, this can temporarily change too. Sometimes I'm just like, I haven't gone out in a week or so because I'm recording The Natural and I'm massively in my head and I have to reach momentum again. Then I'm not going to wait 20, 30 seconds because I know my brain's going to fuck me over and is going to come up with all these excuses. So I'm going to train myself to move my feet faster than my brain can think and I approach right away. However, when I get into the state where I'm like, okay, approaching no problem. Oh, I want to approach this girl. I'm going to wait 10 seconds. Okay, now she's at the bar. Now I approach her, right? Then it works a lot better and you create yourself a lot easier situation. So be careful with that. Only if you have no trouble approaching. Wait a couple seconds and assess the situation. And here's your call to action, buddy. Remember, I love my gesticulation. Remember, this is a fucking program for taking action. This is not a program where you should go to the theory and circle jerk with your friends about what Max said. No, I want you to take fucking action. I want you to be on that journey of becoming a natural. And we're very far in, and at this point, you should have taken massive goddamn fucking action. If you did so, you're the man. Congratulations. I know it can be difficult. Now, call to action here is go out and start expanding your awareness to other people. Where are her friends? Who's she here with? What's happening around me? Where's the second half, third half, first half of the night? What kind of lounge, bar, high energy club am I operating in? And also, take your time with approaching today. Only if you don't have trouble with approaching, take your time. Instead of approaching right away, 20 seconds. Wait 20 seconds, just see what happens. Maybe you realize, oh, actually that girl next door is her friend. I would have never seen that if I talked to her in the first place very quickly, right? So now I know she's a friend, so I'm going to befriend her very quick, right? Oh, now I know she's on the way to the bar, so I'm going to wait until she's at the bar, right? Do that. Post it in the Facebook group. Remember, you want to be accountable and responsible for your own actions, and we will help you with that. I read that shit myself. Let us know. Take action. I'll see you in the next goddamn video. Cheers. Yeah, so finding the girl's blueprint and letting her chase you. Beautiful, very interesting topic, and this is something where everybody wants to get there. And I gotta say, before we even get into that, don't come from like an ego perspective, like I just want the girl to chase me. Because usually the guy who says like, Max, do a video on how to let the girl chase you. Those are usually like the weird, like creepy, living in her mom's basement, dark newbie kind of guys. Like, I just want the girl to chase me. No, it's a great thing, and obviously in real game, the real world, the way girls chase you is so subtle, it doesn't even look like chasing you, gotta say that. Now, I will give you a couple of examples where it's very, very obvious just to display what it looks like, but in many, many times, 90% of the time when a girl chases you, it's a lot more fucking subtle. Sometimes you don't even realize it, and the girl's like, I'm chasing you so bad right now. You're like, what? So girls are very subtle. We know that by now. So after watching this video, plus after you doing the call to action, you'll be able to give the girl more space and more reason to invest in you. So she starts investing more than you. You'll be able to see what are the points that make her chase with every girl specifically, so you can take that and use it to your advantage, even though that sounds bad now. We'll talk more about this now. Now, the basic premise here is tone back your game and give the girl space to invest. Remember, I said it so many times, girls want to invest. Girls want to chase you. It is, however, though, that once the guy has a certain amount of game that gives him good enough game or self-confidence that the girl can chase, they're blind to it. They're like, I've seen so many guys that are like, oh my god, I'm just total awesome verbal game, and they have verbal game, they have awesome verbal game, they're just like spilling the shit, and the girl wants to invest, like, and the guy's like, yeah, so anyway, and they just drive over that, and they don't give the girl any space. So the first thing you gotta know about how to let the girl chase is give her space, give her silence, give her time to react, to respond. Okay, give her space to breathe. It's an advanced form of calibration. Letting the girl chase is an advanced form of calibration, because if I tell the newbie, oh, just shut up, let the girl chase and stuff like that, he will be in his fucking head. He'll be like, oh, it's a girl chase, all that stuff. But now we are at a level, you and me, my friend, where we can talk about this advanced form of calibration that will lead ultimately into the girl chasing you. And the basic premise here, this is super fucking key as well, the girl will tell you what she will ideally want you to do. I'm very careful with choosing my words here. The girl will tell you what will be the easiest way to pull her. And by telling you, I'm not meaning she's verbally going to say, like, hey, by the way, I like this. Like, God beware. Where would the world be if girls would verbally tell you that? It's literally more about how she's reacting to everything you do with the girl. Everything you do with the girl, be it spiking her emotions, be it being physical, flatlining, isolating her, talking about specific topics, everything she reacts to is a sign of you. Okay, what should I do more of? What should I do less of? It's pinging, if you will. It's pinging, okay? Pinging, like the submarine is pinging, or the bats or whatever. The way she reacts to you will tell you what direction you should take the interaction to. And I'm saying that now in the, in the later end of the natural, not the beginning, because when I said the beginning again to newbie, he's all reaction seeking, button pushing. He's all like, oh, what if happens there? And he's way too reaction seeking. But if you, as a natural, you have a strong frame of reality, you know who the fuck you are, you adhere to the FFF, the fuck faith frame, you're good. But you're just vigilant. You're vigilant. Is what you say, vigilant or vigilant? I don't know. Let's say vigilant. You're just vigilant, and you're just aware of, okay, what's happening? Oh, is that one of her blueprints? Is that one of the things that she would like to be pulled with? Good. And then you hammer the fuck that in. Make sense? Good. In a more practical manner, it's basically compliance testing the girl. What does that look like? This is something the natural does, or I like to do. It is small things that I give her the chance to, and I see if she's jumping through that hoop, if you will, right? For example, if she's okay with walking from A to B. So before I would even go for the pull, I'd be like, hey, let's go to the bar. Hey, let's go say hi to your friends. Let's go to the whatever, smoking area, right? I see, is she compliant with smaller things like that? And then I make them bigger, bigger, bigger every time. Or another thing is like, is she compliant with touching your hair? Touching your beard? Is she compliant with kissing the back of your hand, little things like that, because if she's not compliant with that, she's probably not going to be compliant with going home with you. So those are little things that you can stack up, and those compliances can be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And the basic premise is you want to gather as many yeses and as little no's as possible. And that way you can just compliance test the girl and see where things are going. Let's pop into some infield footage here to get some clarity for you, my friend. Again, the unschooled eye here won't see a lot, but now that we know what compliance testing looks like, let's see here. This is a girl I later on pull. This is a clip from the Max Hot Seat expansion of the natural. Let's see. Do you guys know In Flames?
Wait. Yeah.
I love In Flames.
You like them?
I love In Flames. Big male fan.
I've seen them live 2 times.
I like you.
Yes, they're cool.
Avatar sex. Do you know Avatar?
Yeah.
Yes, Avatar sex. Boom. You see here? I'm taking my hand and putting it into her hand there. And you see how she's compliant for that. Then I say Avatar sex. I think it's funny. And she loves it, right? That's a compliance test. She just jumped through the hoop that is signed up for me. Okay, we're on the right path right here. Physicality is a good thing for her. Holding hands is a good thing. Being romantic. Now on top of that, I throw in a little role play, because role plays are also a great way to see how compliant is a girl. Is a girl rejecting the role play, like, oh, it is like you are my mom and I am the son or whatever. She's like, oh, what the fuck? Or if she's all playing along like, yeah, I could totally be your mom. Haha, that's so funny. You know, things like that. If she plays along, it's at least a good sign. Let's see what I'm saying here. You're pregnant now.
That's not how they do it.
Okay.
And they do it with the
What's the name?
with the hair thing.
What's the name
Of the baby.
Yeah.
Johannes.
Johannes.
Yeah. So yeah, she's asking, oh, I'm like, oh, now you're pregnant now. And she's like, oh, what's the name of the baby? And I'm like, oh, Johannes. And she's like, yeah, Johannes. So she's jumping on that hoop, which is a very good sign that she's ready to a great degree for more things, for more hoops to let her jump into, you know, which is in the ultimate form, pulling and then, becoming sexual, if you will. And I gotta say here again, finding the blueprint or letting her jump through those hoops is not even necessary. Remember, we have the fuck faith frame. The girl barely has to give us anything. Remember, the advanced guy doesn't wait for a yes, he waits for a no, and then he would back off. So you don't necessarily need to do that, but you can throw those little things on there to discover the blueprint. And it's not necessary to find the blueprint, but if you find it, you can hammer that shit in. It's like a boost, if you will, right? You're like, okay, we're there, she's still there, that's all I need. Biggest eye the girl can never give you is she's still there, that's good. And then she like keeps talking about her family, for example. I had a girl there, it was actually my hometown, she just kept talking about her brothers and all that. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I'm like, hold on a second, she talks so much about her family. I think that's her blueprint. And then what I did, funny enough, as I was like, you know, I really love my family, and I remember, my sister, I really miss her, I haven't seen her in a while. I did subtle storytelling about how much I love my siblings, and she was just like, oh my God, really, you're so cool, you're just like me, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, and that's her blueprint. So I mentioned that all the fucking time until I could pull her, right? So I discovered that blueprint. I was like, oh, nice. I'll use that as a little boost, if you will. So to illustrate that even better, I have some other infield footage here. So this here has been shot somewhere as well. It's got to be shot somewhere. And what I want to show you here is it's going well. I open the girl, and it's going well. There's definitely, she's still there. She's interested. There's back and forth. But it's not going super well. It's like, all right, it's good. I mean, that's good enough. Again, and don't freak out if you don't find the blueprint. I could for sure go for the pull now. And then I start being physical. Before that, you even see the girl like a little bored, like da-da-da-da-da. You hear that in her intonation. Listen to her intonation. She doesn't sound very aroused or spiked. And then I am physical. And literally from 0 to 100, it's like, okay, there is an extremely strong emotional response. I discovered the blueprint is physicality, and it's like a boost. So let's crack into it. What? Hi, Max.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
I know you hate, is that your friend?
Yes.
Good. My name is Max. What's yours? I love it. Like the rapper?
Yours is Max. Who's
The rapper called.
really?
You didn't know?
No.
Fascinating. Hi, my name's Max.
You have an accent.
I know.
Where is it from?
Austria. If you know where that is.
I do.
Are you here for the Pan Am Games?
No. I'm here for business.
What kind of business?
Shady business.
Huh?
Shady business.
Shady business. Cool. I like that. Keep the mystery, you know?
All right.
I should either say shady or monkey business. I think monkey business is better.
Shady's better. No, shady
Really?
works. Shady works. Yeah.
Yeah.
But monkey business is funny. I like monkeys.
No.
You don't like
You're
monkeys?
from Austria, that's why.
Yeah. That's
Because we don't have monkeys.
Right.
It would be a rarity if you would
Right.
see a monkey.
Right.
We have, I don't know, we used to have wolves, but they're extinct.
Wolves are extinct in Austria.
Yeah, we used to have like wolves and bears.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So far, obviously, remember from the How to Deal with Friends video, I'm immediately, oh, is that your friend? Hey, nice to meet you, right? Be nice to the friend as well. Include her every once in a while, just a little bit. As soon as I see other guys jumping on a friend, she's good. And what have we been talking so far? Random shit. Now I talk about that wolves are extinct and there's no monkeys in Austria. Doesn't matter, right? And she's okay. She's still there. It's going kind of well. Let's see once the boost kicks in, though. Are you from here originally?
Yes, I am.
Born and raised? Canadian breed?
Born and raised.
Do you like Tim Hortons?
I hate Tim Hortons.
Do you play hockey?
Nope, I don't play hockey.
What do you do?
Golf, tennis.
You play golf?
Yeah, I
Oh
do.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah? Interesting. I just started.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like my first game. I suck
Teach you a
at it.
bit.
Yeah?
How do you hold your club?
I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Like that's what.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Do you like play on a high level? The
No.
golf high rollers?
No, not at all.
How old are you? Bam! Get myself in a position of advantage.
How old do you think?
You look very young, but you behave older. So I'm gonna go with 23.
Wow, you got it on point.
Yeah, I'm a stalker. I'm your stalker.
Yeah, you know everything about me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
How about you?
If I know everything about me, I hope
what's,
so.
what's your age?
What do you think?
I'm really bad. 25.
In 6 days. That was also very on point.
Wow. There's something in the air tonight.
Something in the air tonight. Do you sing? Where are you at?
I wish I did though. I really wish I did sing.
Are you one of those girls that has a horrible singing voice?
Yep.
And everybody's like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
like
good,
really bad.
it's good.
Yeah.
Where are you at? What's it called? Hotel Drake?
Why am I here tonight?
Yeah, where are you there tonight?
Oh yeah, I'm here right now.
Oh, yeah.
We just came out for a smoke break and then we're gonna go back inside. How about you?
Well, we just headed out. It was pretty cool.
Why are you leaving already?
Yeah, we're hitting some other clubs probably.
Where at?
Oh no, I have to ask my local friend.
You have to ask your local friend because
My dean,
there are only a few other clubs open till 4 a.m. tonight. Not very
4
many.
a.m. In Austria, clubs are like 7, 8.
I
They're
know
just closed when there's no more
Toronto's
people.
fucking lame. Normally they close at 2 a.m. which is
Do you
weird.
travel a lot?
No, not very much. I'm in school right now,
Oh yeah?
so I'm focusing on that.
Who are you here with? Just her?
And then 4 other friends.
I tell him, he asks me what I do, so I tell him what I do, and then he looks at me like, surgeons can't party
Judgmental.
too.
Are you trying to say surgeons can't party?
You're a surgeon too?
I'm not a surgeon. No, I'm still in school to become.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah,
Especially with
duh.
23, I would be impressed. So you're here with 4 other friends?
Yeah.
Oh, no?
1, 2, 3. Back there, those girls, and then 4,
Those girls are
5.
talking to the guy,
Yeah, those 2.
trying to hook up with white boys.
It's actually black guys. Some random black
Oh, is
guy. Yeah.
Random
And,
black, so
some
racist.
random black.
Black
I'm not-
Sabbath represent.
I'm not being racist at all.
Because you're darker, you're allowed. Is that your crew? Is that your gangster crew?
No, it's not.
It's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not my crew. And then 2 more in line. They're trying to get in.
Oh. So far, dipping around. It's okay. It's okay. Remember, she's still there. And now I'm becoming physical, and let's see how the impact is happening there. Good shit, huh?
Yeah.
Late dwellers.
Late fucking brothers.
Come. Here we are for more privacy.
Okay, fine.
Apart from that guy, but he doesn't count.
Okay, fine.
Oh my god, you're so sexy.
You're so cute.
I know.
And your accent is killing me.
Ha ha ha, is it?
And your cologne.
I'm death. I'm bad for you, baby.
You're bad for me?
Interesting. So now all of a sudden, you're so cute, your accent's killing me, your cologne, oh my god. Note the change in tonality too. Instead of like da 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 da, she's like, you're bad for me? Seeking for a poor tonality, and it just hits so well. And even I feel it, right? My gut feeling here is like, oh, okay. There's definitely something going on. Yeah.
That's exactly what I like.
Shouldn't have said that. What are you doing later?
I'm not too sure.
Well,
What are you doing later?
I'm not too sure. hang out, chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your hair against my neck right now, I can't.
I can't even.
No, I can't even.
Can't even. You're cute.
You're too cute.
Do you? Sorry, I'm so far.
I know. I know, you're so hot.
I can't kiss you.
You're
I don't
so
know that
hot.
well. Yeah, and then I play even more on that. I can't kiss you. I don't know you that well. I am starting to tone back more and more, and the girl starts chasing. She eventually gives me a number, wants me to hit her up later, stuff like that. So I hope that is a very good illustration of it's going well, plus, boom, hitting the blueprint, hitting that in, finding the blueprint, hitting on it, and then extra boost. Let's talk about the vacuum here. The vacuum is basically a more developed version of giving her space. It's a little bit more on purpose, if you will. And the basic gist here is it brings her into a situation where she can invest. You give her extra space, you give her extra time to start investing a little bit. And remember, a girl's investment is like a fire. I said remember, I never said it, but now you know. A girl's investment is like a fire. If you remember the scene of Cast Away, we can't show it here because we don't own the rights for it. Remember the scene of Cast Away, the movie with Tom Hanks where he's on that island? Where he makes that fire and he's like rubbing the two woods against each other and he's like, fuck, it doesn't work, right? That's you gaming. That's like fun, self-amusement. And then there's this tiny little spark that lets he has like dried grass or whatever, lets the dried grass just like start just a little bit of smoking. He's like, and he gives it like a little bit of air. That is the girl's investment. It starts with little fucking things of her asking something, of her telling a little joke. Again, it doesn't matter if a verbal game sucks balls, because it usually does. Give her that space, just like Tom Hanks, just like give space, gives a little bit of air, just a little bit more grass, right? That's you asking something back, having a little bit of good time, joking around. Oh, fire's getting bigger. Oh yeah, okay, give it more space. More investment, right? And in the end, there's cut, and he's like, I made a fire! And the whole fire is there, and that is the glowing fire of the girl being aroused, and you guys having amazing, sexy time and whatever, right? That is how girls' investment is. I would urge you, type it into YouTube, Cast Away fire scene. It's absolutely lovely. There's no better description of how investment of a girl looks like. So, give her space. Give her time. We'll get to it in a second, how it looks like. It is best combined, by the way, with the position of advantage, just like you saw me here in that video. I'm leaning back, I'm leaning against the wall, right? And because what it does is there's a little bit of awkward silence when you give her that space, when you just shut the fuck up, you stop talking, and you're leaned against the bar, leaned against the door or whatever, or the wall. The girl will feel that awkward silence. She will feel exactly that pressure on herself, just like you as well. But this time it's good pressure because she's standing there awkwardly. She's like, oh, now the conversation died down. He's been cool so far. I want to keep talking. Plus, I'm standing there all awkwardly. Everybody sees me. I'm standing like in the room here. I got to keep the conversation going. Otherwise, I'm standing there awkwardly, right? So it gets her in that situation where she's being pushed a little bit, just like a little push into the right direction of her investing a little more. Plus, it's passive attraction for you, right? She's like, oh, damn, he's just cool with the silence. He doesn't even care, right? That's beautiful. Now, again, I'm not saying this to the newbie because then he doesn't even know. He's just like standing there and letting all his sets die down. Obviously, you want to do that once you've attained some certain sense of free from outcome and if you've already established a strong reality. So let's look into it, how it looks exactly. Here's how it looks like. You smile and stare. That's it. Remember the examples, and I'm sure you've had that, when you told a joke to a group of friends and they were all nice, they were all attentive and listening and smiling and staring, and then the point is just not funny, you missed the point. And they're still smiling and staring. They're like, and the basic communication of that is like, oh, that's it? That was the joke? Is that all? And if you do that to the girl, you put this like positive pressure on her of like, oh, it's not good enough yet. Now remember again, it only works if you've already established a strong reality. How? By talking about things you like, by being unapologetic, by not be seeking for rapport, by focusing on your fun, by basically already establishing that you're cooler, that you're a cool guy, that you're totally cool with yourself. And then, if the girl is investing already, then smile and stare, tone it back, give her that extreme space, like that vacuum that she has to fill up with, and you give her that space by saying just nothing and just smiling and staring. She has to fill it up with her investment. Because, and again, I always says it only works if you've already established your strong reality, because otherwise, the underlying natural communication is, if you haven't established a strong reality, if you just walk up to the girl and start saying nothing, the girl interprets it as he's in his head, he ran out of things to say, he's too shy and all that, so it's not good. However, if you've already established a great back and forth, the girl is into you to an extent, and now you lean back and give her that vacuum, the underlying natural communication is, oh my God, he's so okay with the silence, oh my God, he doesn't care, and oh my God, what I just said is not good enough. There's a very, very strong example of this in the next infield clip that I want to show you here. I have to say, not every girl is going to respond to it in a super hardcore manner. Some girls are going to do mini versions of that. Some girls are going to do very extreme versions of that. A very good example is the following clip. Now, this clip, I have to apologize. The focus fucked up. It was a new camera, guys, so it's all blurry as fuck. I actually never wanted to use it, but I kept using it in the natural, in the max hot seat, and people kept demanding it. They like showed it again, and it's so awesome. So here it is. It did find its way into the natural, which is kind of funny. So let's see. And also see how I'm establishing a strong frame of reality first. I'm having a good time, how I'm clearly the guy who's non-reactive. She's reacting more to me. And then I give her that vacuum, that little lack of feedback by just smiling and staring. And then she invests more and more and more, because apparently that lack of feedback, that vacuum, is a very strong blueprint of hers. Again, not every girl's going to respond as strongly as she does, but it's a very, very good sign.
It's really good. This is my friends, the Svenska Flickas.
I know, this is Lisa. This is Martin, my friend. Martin.
Okay, hi.
So my friend is bringing me into the set. I think I chatted her up like 10 seconds before. I don't even think that her name is Lisa. Remember, I always give that random Lisa name. So let's see. Can't remember me?
Yeah,
We just talked. Are you drunk already? How many guys do you talk to at night?
Not many. I'm a good girl, you know.
So it already starts here. My strong of reality, my frame of reality is so strong already. I'm like, how many guys do you talk to tonight? And she immediately qualifies, like, oh, not many. So it's a good sign. And I keep poking her a little bit with those things, and I tone it back more and more and more and more and more, smiling and staring until I basically shut up, and she just does all the work, which is kind of cool. I like bad girls.
You do? Okay,
Yeah.
then walk away.
Even there, I'm like, I like bad girls. She just said I'm a good girl, and I say the exact opposite.
So you have to know the whole group here.
Yeah, he's my friend,
You
actually.
like bad guys, bad girls.
Yeah, nasty bad girls.
We're family right now.
I used to like good girls. They're too boring.
Go for Christmas dinner.
Boring.
Yeah.
But you can have like humor and not sleep with anyone you see.
Really?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Actually, you can.
Tell me a Swedish joke.
Tell me what?
A Swedish joke.
Wow. Joke.
Which place is Sweden you come from?
The capital. It's not like you have to
Yeah, stop.
tell a joke. You're just funny.
So
all
tell
the
me
time.
something funny then.
But no, then we have to talk all the time, and then the funny things just appear. You know.
I like her
not
accent.
you-
It's funny enough already.
Yeah, but it's just that you have to, perform or anything. It's just that I'm not a stand-up comedian.
Why not? This is what I call the Borat frame. Why not? And like, I love this. Like, it's such an easy qualification loop. It's just like, oh, where are you from? Blah, blah, New York. Cool. Do you go to, or she's like from Boston. Cool. Do you go to MIT, which is like the prestigious, hardcore, super good Ivy League school? She's like, no. Why not? It's like, why not? Oh, cool. Are you rich? No, I'm not. Why not? Makes him qualify instantly. And she's like, oh, I'm not a stand-up comedian. You know, and I'm like, why not? Shoves them in her head a little bit.
Because I don't like to be on stage.
Why not?
Because I don't feel good on stage. I go here.
Can you sing? Do you sing under the shower?
I do sing in the shower, yeah.
Do you sing Swedish House Mafia?
Maybe not. I'm more into when I'm in my home. I'm more into more depressing songs actually.
Are you such a happy person?
Well, I am. When I'm partying, I like to listen to happy music. But
What's the most beautiful sad song that you know?
Wow. Wow. Actually, it's hard to just pinpoint one because it's different phases. I know a lot
First
of.
song you can think of right now.
What are you doing for top then? Because you can travel so much.
Maybe Ride.
You're selling cocktails.
I don't know if you wanna tell me something with that, but no, thanks.
Okay.
You had a little subtle misinterpretation on purpose. She's like, oh, my favorite song is maybe Ride. I'm like, whoa, you want to tell me something with that? No, thanks. I don't even know if that hits. I don't think she understands it.
You don't know that one, okay.
You know, so now I'm starting to smile and stare, and it's getting more and more, and I talk less and less. It's a classic and a very cheesy song, but you know, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. It's a bittersweet symphony, there's life. It's like din, 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 din. I love that song. I love it. I really love it.
Actually, now I'm totally blank. But when I'm sitting working, I just love to listen to more like sad music. I like to listen to sad music. But when I'm partying, I like to listen to, you know.
Metal.
I would say that I'm
At first, I like to listen to sad music, but you don't get in a good party mood, so I just force myself to listen to more happy music, so I'm getting in a party mode. But actually now I can't come up with any good sad music. I don't know why. I'm just blank right now. It's because I have 2 or maybe 4 drinks. Tomorrow I can probably give you some songs when I'm sober again.
Get used to this environment. Yeah? You're all day the same
Okay,
shit.
you didn't like that answer.
I like that now she's starting interpreting, oh, you didn't like that answer. I didn't say anything. In fact, I did like it. And now the vacuum just kicks in and it's just like more and more investment from her. And the thing is, it's human nature that we invest more in things that we've already invested a lot. And it's just like spiral for her, right?
You just wanted me to list some good sad music for you, right? That's what you expected from me.
Oh, yeah, bro. Close to you? What's the name?
Okay. Damn it.
Like in a shitty hostel. You can try.
Like I said, Natalie Merchant. You know her? No. Okay. All her songs is sad. All her songs is sad. Swedish House Mafia is not that sad. Avicii is not sad either. And then there is a lot of sad songs that you don't want to mention because it's cheesy. You know, they are just too mainstream, so it doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It's a little bit embarrassing just telling. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I have to come up with something more intelligent answer.
And now I'm closing the vacuum and give her that feedback that she was craving so much for. Okay, makes sense? So I literally just shut up for like I think a minute and she's like invested invested the basic natural communication there. It's like, do you like me? Is it right or is it wrong what I'm saying? Just please give me a sign so I know what to do. I'm flipping the whole script on her, and now I'm closing it. I'm like, okay, you're cool. And I make out with her. This is, by the way, at the beginning of the night. This is the first half of the night. Remember, I said it once. Much of the stuff I give you is merely a guideline. So there are always exceptions to the rule. You can make out with a girl very early as well. So yeah, I just did it kind of well. And yeah, that works. Now, also, by the way, watch her friend, how she's like just turned around to see like, what the fuck, are they making out? And the thing is, look, I said a lot about like, oh, now she's like in the spiral, she has to invest more and more. You can do a lot with the girl now. Now that you have the validation from her and you give her a lack of validation, she responds around that. It's a blueprint, you hammer that in. It isn't your responsibility, my friend, and I trust that you're doing something good with that. Okay, so don't like, this is why I make out with her here. I could let her chase even more and let her do crazier things. But I don't necessarily want to do that. Remember, your number one purpose as a man is to spread love, good vibes, and have fun. Obviously, I'm just a man. I fail at that sometimes as well, but the more I tell myself to do so, the more situations I create where I give people value, give people love, give people a good time. So I hope that example illustrated that very well, that I just shut the fuck up, and let the girl invest more and more and more and more and more until I could close that loop with a makeout. I could have also closed that loop with pulling her, going home with her, but I was at a boot camp. It was 10 p.m. I literally just got there, so I was like, fuck, I can't leave the students alone, yada, yada, yada. Now, let's see an example, because I said that was an extreme example just to showcase it, because it's a good example. This is an example of where I do the same. By the way, notice the lock-in position, but it's failing. The girl at some point, she just gives up. So because people are like, okay, what if I overstretch the bow and the girl walks away? You have to playfully get her back, which is what I'm doing here. How long did you say are you here?
1 more week.
Cool. We're done. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, very nice.
Goodbye. I'm like, we're done. It was nice to meet you, because she said something that I didn't like, and then playfully said that she wants to shake hands. I deny her even that, and she walks away. Notice, as a beautiful sight of what the camera caught here, notice how well the music picks up the vibe that I'm having, okay, just as a side note. But see how she's walking away, and I have to pull her back in. Fight for me.
Yeah,
Hey, fight for
I
me.
am French. I fight for you. So why are you here?
Come with me.
Where?
Just grab fresh air. We'll be back in 5 minutes. So yeah, as easy as that. So again, here I gave her that loop. It didn't work. I overstretched the bow. I had to playfully pull her back in. I was cold as ice, and then I pulled her. That is a good example. And I also want to give you an example of what it usually looks like. A very, very light version of giving her that vacuum, waiting a little bit until the girl invests. I remember the day when that happened, when I for the first time realized that, hey, what if I give that little vacuum and give the girl a chase a little bit? I remember it was a girl, she was super hot, she was sitting outside in a miniskirt, like all tired or whatever, like, you know, like her high heels next to her. And I chatted her up, and she was never interested. She was always like, nah, blah, 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 total hot girl, blasé. It was back in Vienna a couple of years ago. And I chatted, and I was like, oh, fuck, I want to go home. You know what? I'm just going to say nothing for 10 seconds. And if she doesn't say anything, I know she doesn't like me. Back in days, that was my thought pattern. And I just don't say anything for 10 seconds. And in my head, I slowly count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was awkward, man. It was awkward. I reached, I think, 7 or 8. And she's like, so, do you come here often? Now, to be honest, that's like the most random, like the most like gibberish thing she could say. It's boring as fuck. It's literally zero value. Remember, hot girls barely ever have verbal game. But at that point, I was happy that she did. At least it's an investment, right? Talked about this already. At least it's some sort of investment. And then I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We chat for 2 more minutes. I went home. We exchanged numbers. We went on a date. And we had great sex. It was amazing. And I believe, to a great extent, that it was because I discovered this whole vacuum thing. Same spiel here, the light version of what it usually looks like. I just shut up, I smile and stare, communicating this is not enough. You gotta get a little more, girl. Close the vacuum by her investing a little bit, and that's it. I let her invest, even though the question that she asks me is boring. I let her invest, and it's a good way to start igniting the little flame of investment for the girl. Let's look into it. Yeah, I was in a position of advantage, leaning my back against the bar. I shut up, I smiled and stared, and she's like, so, I showed this clip because it's a beautiful example of like how she's like trying to invest, but she doesn't even know what to say. Yet she does, and then she's like, you going to Mexico by any chance? Because that's where she lives, and then I make fun of her, that she wants me to visit her and stuff like that. So yeah, just very, very easy. And one more example that I just recently discovered is kind of cool. It was with a girl that I had met through my travelings. We hooked up, we had sex, and then I was back in that city and I met her again, and she, she knew what I'm doing. So she was all like, oh yeah, I've been fucking all these girls, I see it in the video. So she gave me, of course, so much shit when we met again, and she's like, we're not gonna have sex again, da da da. And I'm like, okay, cool, I don't care. I was just total hot guy blasé about it. And then I had this song in my head, like, I would do anything for love, which was a great song, by the way. And I changed the lyrics to, I would do anything for love, but I won't do you. And I sang that all the time. And I saw when I sang it the first time how she reacted. She's like, what, he doesn't want to do me? It hit her ego so hard. And I sang it all night. Then I would do anything for love. No, I won't do you. No, I won't do you. And she's like, stop singing that! And I just kept singing it and just hammered it that I won't do her. Then in the end, she did so much more than have sex with me to get that validation back. Again, we're getting a little bit into the gray or even dark side of the force, if you will. So there's always in your responsibility what you do with a girl if you take that feedback, that validation away from her. Now, I have one more set about that, and this is what I call the Anna frame. Anna was my first crush, I believe, in middle school or some elementary school, and she was very outgoing, very social. She was the most popular girl in the fucking school, and she was a girl that liked to have the attention, and she liked to chase guys. So she almost dated every guy in school there was, or at least in our class. Now I gotta say again, this was middle school, so it's not like really hardcore. She only had sex with the last guy who later on became her long-term relationship boyfriend. But she like tried all that out, and at some point she was on me. And the way Anna did it was she had good game. She was, she would call you up, she would ask you what you're doing, and you get all the validation. It felt fucking amazing. Here I was in middle school, like fat, shy kid, never talked to girls, and she would text me, and I would be, I'd be like, oh, I don't know what to do, and I would be all too cool for it, and I just was way too ice cold. I just didn't fucking know what to do, and to be honest, I had no idea what she found in me. I was like this chubby kid. But whatever, she hit me up and she gave me all the validation, and I think for a week it felt amazing. Every day I woke up with a text from her, and she was nice, and then she was touchy in school. I didn't know how to do that. She gave me a lot, and all of a sudden, because I didn't know what to do and I was a beta male, she lost interest, and she started doing exactly that with another guy. And it felt so difficult. It felt so harsh because I got so much validation from her, and then she took it away from me. She let me glimpse into paradise only to shut the door in front of my nose. It felt so horrible, and this is something too, this is a bias that we have in human nature. If you're losing something, that feeling of loss is so extreme, right? This is what I call the Anna frame, named after Anna. We're now good friends. And it's like giving a lot to the girl, giving her the validation, and then withdrawing it. And if you see the girl responding well because it's a blueprint, withdraw it even more, withdraw it even more, withdraw it even more, right? Basically like you saw me doing in that vacuum with the Swedish girl where the whole picture was all blurry. It's exactly what I'm doing here with this girl. Let's look into it. You look like a zebra in that. Good shit, there you go.
Is that what you were looking at her for the whole time?
Yeah.
Because you wanted
I
to
have a
say
zebra fetish.
she looked like a zebra?
Max, by the way. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name? Sorry.
My mom calls me.
I know, right?
Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing what?
You said you didn't drink though.
Yeah, I don't.
Why?
I live healthy.
So do I.
Yeah? I can't do this.
You can get my number though.
No, I'm leaving
Hey.
tomorrow. It's my job though.
To pick up chicks?
Yeah.
For what? Why?
So far, I already start toning it back, to be honest, but I've been nice to her. I increased physicality a little bit. We actually did exchange numbers, so now she's getting the validation. Now I'm toning it back more and more and more and more and more. For pleasure?
You didn't even do it.
I called you. Do you have a hot ass? Let me check that.
Do it?
Yeah, pretty hot. So this is me still being very pushy here. And by the way, as a funny side note, the girl, that's her friend, she's like, hey, well, like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna say goodbye to her really quick while I'm like fingering her friend from behind already. So this is me being pushy, and now I tone it back more and more and more, and let's see what happens.
No, his name's Max.
I'm just gonna say goodbye to her really quick.
Your friend?
Who are you?
Do you like that?
That's cocky. That is cocky.
I get that a lot.
You realize that's cocky.
Yeah. I just hear cock, cock,
No.
cock.
No. That's a bad attitude.
I'm sorry. Yes, but not here, not in public.
Well, you should be careful then what you say.
A little lower, baby.
Mm.
A little lower.
Oh, you mean down here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You wanna feel it? Do you like that?
I don't know, it feels kind of small.
Say please.
No, you say please.
Well, then don't. Sorry,
Oh.
then. It's good to meet you. Fully taking the attention away, and I love that freeze frame. I'm looking away, like as if there is something interesting. And look how she reacts. She's like, full on impact on the blueprint, and just being more and more and more.
Oh my god, I fucking hate you.
Did I tell you
Please.
already?
Say it again.
Please.
I don't hear it loud enough.
Wait, put your hand on my lower back. Not, that's my butt. Your lower back. Please.
Say it again. Say please, daddy.
No, I'm not saying that.
Say please, daddy.
Just
Oh,
say.
it's fine. It's nice to meet you.
Oh my god, I don't even.
That's weird.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Come on. Why?
Why what?
Please, daddy. Why, please, daddy?
Yeah. Say it again.
Please, daddy. Please, 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 please.
Please what?
Here.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. So, I know what my friends. Okay?
Trust your capabilities.
Why don't you show me?
Self-confidence is hot.
Why don't you show me?
I can't.
Why?
You guys are leaving, you know.
So are you.
I know.
Show me then.
I can't.
Come on.
I don't do that in public.
You do it not in public. How not public do you want? How not public do you want?
So now she's like, oh, show me that you like me. Show me that you like me. And I'm like, oh, I don't do that in public. And she's like, well, how not public do you want? And I'm going to say, well, a little secluded should be enough. And then she says, go over there. And, you know, I'm just, okay, I shall go over there then. A little secluded should be enough.
Go over there?
Yeah.
Okay, go over there. Go over there.
Come. Now we'll walk around here. Yes, we can. No. Up. Up.
Good.
Now you're into it, eh? Mm-hmm. No, go down.
Yeah, and that's for the sake of privacy, we'll leave it there. So that's, of course, again, a very extreme example. You can't do that with any girl or whatever. And again, notice that I gave it a lack of validation, and it's my responsibility to not make her feel like shit, to make her feel comfortable, and to give her a good time. Okay, you can do a lot more if you take people's validation away and if you hit their blueprint, stuff like that, but that's dark shit. And I don't necessarily want to have to do anything to do with dark stuff. So always use that power that you have to brighten up people's days, to give them a good time. And also, as a side note, if you feel yourself attracted too much to the kind of girl that is very, very easily validation hooked, if you hit that blueprint of taking the validation away from it, if you see yourself getting hooked to those girls too easily, do remember that the kind of girls that you're interested in, that you like, that you fall for, is a reflection of how you're feeling yourself. So it is a very good reflection of where you are in your journey, and take care of that. Okay, the more high quality, the more cooler, high self-confident the girls are you're going for, the better of a sign it is for your own journey. Okay, it reflects your inner game. That being said, here's your call to action, buddy. You've seen quite a lot. We now know the natural underlying communication, the core principles of those things. Now you got to take action. Remember, this is a program that demands of you to take action. Do yourself the favor. Do your future self the favor. Do your future children, your future partner or partners the favor, and take fucking action. So your call to action is go out and use the vacuum. Okay, use the vacuum on a girl that already knows that you have a strong reality. So don't just go out there and throw a vacuum on there. But if the moment there's a cool back and forth, try to use that vacuum and see if the girl invests. And you might find her blueprint, and if you do, hammer that shit in. Okay, let us know what the blueprint is you found. Post that in the Facebook group. Remember, you want to be reliable and accountable for your actions. I'm reading that. I'll help you out. Your natural family helps you out. And I'll see you in the next fucking video.